Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Retrospection, as GLaDOS would say. It's been a long time.
Oh. How have you been?
I'm a potato.
So today, we are going to be talking about E3 and the things we've liked about it so far, and this is completely unstructured. So, we're just going to go right at it. So, chronologically first, was it Microsoft?
Yeah, Microsoft was first, and they killed it.
I have to apologize. I am McKay. This is Ben.
Hi.
And this is Tyler.
If you don't know us, you're probably not even watching this.
Now that's deep. Welcome to Introspection.
Wow.
So you say Microsoft killed it. Why?
Well, for one, okay.
Let's
For
think.
one, they were the one conference to announce new hardware. I guess they didn't specifically say what it is yet, but they were talking about it.
That's true.
And that's kind of a big deal.
And if Sony was here, I'm sure they would have said something too, but they weren't.
Yeah,
so
they weren't.
Weren't they?
You think they
saying
would have
that
said something?
I thought they weren't here because they were going to announce stuff about their console next E3.
Possibly. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's a little premature to announce stuff if it's not going to come out till like the end of next year. But
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it was a bold move for them. And, honestly, they announced so many things I can't really point to. I think the Lego Star Wars was Microsoft.
that was in
wasn't
theirs,
it?
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty cool.
I got really excited at that one, seeing all of them bundled together. I was really hoping they would do that eventually.
Childhood. Good
gosh,
times.
shut your dog up, man.
God, I'm sorry.
You
He
idiot.
doesn't like it when I podcast.
Seriously, we've been sitting here for how long?
No barking.
It starts
No
barking
barking.
right when we
No
hit
barking.
record. Anyways.
The other one that comes to mind, obviously, is Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
What not a reveal, but, what a showcase.
Reveal.
Well,
Mr. Reeves. I don't know how to say his first name.
Keanu.
Keanu,
I think.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Keanu Reeves.
Oh my goodness. That was cool. He's
Yeah,
pretty good with the crowd, too.
The trailer they had was really cool, and yeah, him in the game is awesome. Him announcing it, you're breathtaking.
They're giving that guy a free copy of the game, I heard.
I heard about that. That was the best moment of E3. So that I saw. That was just the best.
Was there anything about not Stadia, xCloud? They didn't really say much about it, did they?
No, Bethesda did. Weirdly enough, they mentioned it.
Well, they talked about
Their streaming thing.
is it an API that they talked about?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it kind of seemed
help
like. Some people are like,
work.
"Oh, Bethesda has their own
No.
their own service." That's not what that was.
No, they're helping it make it more of a reality, which if it's as good as they say, then that's pretty impressive. But that's a different conference.
Anyways, other than that, they don't really have too much to say about Scarlet, Xbox Scarlet.
Oh, yeah, no, they just
Project
kind of
Scarlet.
talked about, this is what it probably could do, and we're seeing things we've never seen before, like 120 FPS. I'm like, PC's had that for like a while
I know
now.
things you've never seen before. 120 FPS.
Never seen before on console, maybe.
Did I hear that?
You guys need to clarify a little bit there.
So that was interesting.
I didn't watch all of Microsoft's thing, and I kind of skimmed some of it, but there was a couple parts where they just went game after game, and I may be ignorant. I may be ignorant, but a lot of them kind of looked like smartphone quality games.
All the indie games that they rapid fired on.
But
Halo looked pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Their little teaser. That was the game engine that they had that footage going in, so we know that'll look good.
they should stick Halo
Quite
on the
good.
Switch and make it cross-platform with the PC and the Xbox.
Master Chief Collection's gonna be cross-platform eventually, I think.
Oh,
with the PC and the Xbox.
I just
Yeah.
remembered the Game Pass stuff. That was kind of cool. Doing the Game Pass
I
for
think
PC.
that was my favorite part.
Yeah, that was...
So
Oh, man.
they did their bundle where you get, what do they call it? Is it Gold Ultimate or Game Pass Ultimate? I get confused on the name.
I don't know. But
Either way,
you get all of it. You
it's,
get Game Pass for PC, Xbox, and you get live.
It's
for
a deal,
$15.
$15 a month. Your first month. Your first month is $1. So I took advantage of that.
Yeah,
to give it a shot.
I already got Game Pass on PC.
I downloaded Forza because I want a racing game. I used to play those a lot.
So is it? So it's $10 a month normally.
For Game Pass, and then if you get
how much is the?
If you pay per month, Xbox Live Gold, which allows you to play online, a lot like Nintendo Switch Online, is $10 a month. Unless you buy it a year at a time, then it's $5 a month. So here, you're not really getting much of a deal, but I mean, you don't have to pay for a year in advance.
Isn't it $60 a year for just the internet access thingy, right?
Maybe.
Xbox
What
Live.
is it? Oh, you did? Yeah.
So there's no deal.
It's not
there.
a deal. It's just a nice bundle, so you're not paying for two things,
But
and you don't have to buy it a year at a time.
But
So
you don't have
you
to
just
buy
pay
the
for it each month
subscription a year at a time, and then that's
to
nice.
get the deal.
So you get it all together.
But overall, I thought that $10 a month wasn't too bad. It's like around Netflix prices or something like that. Hulu.
They had a
Yeah.
good listing on the Game Pass. I'm sure there's even more on
I don't know.
the Xbox, but the PC listings was pretty good that they had.
I haven't looked at. I've looked opposite actually. I looked at the Xbox and not the PC.
Yeah, they have a decent. There's like I want to say like 100 games or so,
Okay.
maybe a little over that, but
Yeah.
quite a few heavy hitters in there.
Not the same. That's really interesting. They have the same amount of games. I wonder
I think all
how
those
many
are,
of them are overlaps.
Yeah, I think some of them are cross-platform, so we could play them together since you have an Xbox. But I'm not sure which ones.
That would be crazy to look into that.
Yeah.
That would be way crazy because then we could do Borderlands still, if
Yep.
possible. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Microsoft.
Borderlands 3. That was awesome.
yeah. That was part of it too.
That whole, them talking about it and having a new trailer. Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
When does it come out?
It's November, I think.
Okay.
I just spaced it.
November.
I think.
Alrighty.
Minecraft Dungeons. There was that too.
That was pretty interesting.
Okay, I thought that was like the game itself might be fine, but I just think it's kind of
It's milking the Minecraft property.
like it's kind of gimmicky to milk the Minecraft name for a game that really isn't like Minecraft. It's just has the visuals kind of Minecraft.
I'll give them credit. There's a lot of blocky art styles in 3D that really just don't look that great. And this Minecraft game looks really good. Like, all the visual appearance of it is satisfying.
Right.
So,
It looked
it's
decent,
not like
but
Roblox or, I don't know, any of those crappy other games.
and it's not that big a deal. I just thought my first thought was like, I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of lame of them to milk off of Minecraft.
I tell you what, it's the only game of that style I'll consider playing. So, because of...
I won't.
I think it'll be easier for me to jump into because it's that style. I'm not into medieval, realistic styled things. That's why I have a problem with Dota and World of Warcraft. I struggle to get into those. Not a fantasy guy.
I've played a fair bit of like Diablo and games in that style, and I like them. But
Plus
this looks pretty fun. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much for people who like that genre specifically, and who also like Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
And then you cross over between the two.
You burn yourself?
Oh, and actually, Borderlands comes out in September, so it's sooner than I
Mine's pretty
remembered.
hot too. All right. Anything notable from Ubisoft and Bethesda were pretty underwhelming.
Ubisoft had Watch Dogs Legion, which seemed kind of
That
neat.
one looks really... If they don't make the same mistake as the first Watch Dogs, where they were like, you can do all this stuff, and then didn't deliver.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if they don't make that same mistake again, then that'll be a really cool game, because you can take... You've played Watch Dogs, right? You had it for a little bit.
Yeah.
The premise of it, you hack things like to do whatever you want. But I guess in this game, you can take control of people, and the people you take control of, it like affects the whole game for the rest of the game. And so like if you get a person killed, they're gone. They're dead. You have to work on someone else. And every person, so you can take over anybody, is what they're saying, and everybody has different skill sets that make everything unique. So
Different
there's
skill sets
so
and-
many possibilities.
And backstories and stuff too. So it's like from the surface appearance, it seems like it has a bit of depth, but in practice, I'm not sure how far
Yeah,
it'll
we'll
go.
see when it releases how well it does.
Maybe they'll do it right. Who knows?
So
That was like the only thing I can think of in Ubisoft, and then Bethesda, Fallout 76 getting NPCs. That's
good.
And
That's
a
a
battle
good move.
royale mode, for better or for worse. I think it looks fun, but a lot of other people are upset. I'm like, it's a game mode. It's just like another side thing.
You don't
can
have
do
to
if
play
you
it.
want to.
Like, how does that upset you? Like, you might think it's lame or
Heaven forbid they try to entertain you.
if it was like we're releasing Fallout Battle Royale and that was like the game they were releasing, that would piss me off. But if it's just a game mode in the game, like,
I'm usually pretty defensive against Bethesda because I don't agree with their decisions, but I think what they're doing with 76 right now is good, what they've just announced.
well,
so
I tell you, my beginning of the year prediction was wrong. They've actually turned it around pretty well.
just about anything they do with Fallout 76 is good.
Yeah,
If it adds to or changes what it was.
well, it depends on if
they-
it breaks the game or not.
which it seems
So-
like they're doing better with that recently. But
Yeah.
you know, I haven't played it for a while, so I can't really say. I'm gonna wait until that happens.
Other than that, I didn't really pay attention to too much else.
Bethesda had the streaming thing. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
They showed more of Doom Eternal, which looks pretty freaking epic.
Yeah, that game looks really good. I'm excited because
And you can play it on your Switch.
I got Game Pass.
And on the Game Pass, yeah.
I don't know if the new one's going to be on Game Pass, but I can play the first game on Game Pass.
Right.
Get caught up. So yeah.
Because there's so much of a story that you're missing.
Oh yeah. Oh, this gameplay I want to play.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess that leads us to Nintendo, right?
oh yes.
I don't think we
Nintendo,
skipped anything.
something we might focus on a little bit more, pinpoint. But Nintendo hit it out of the park. I think everybody's in agreement there.
So,
Yeah.
we will jump into Nintendo. But, maybe we take a quick break so my computer can get a fan on it.
Let's do that.
Then we can restart the camera.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay, so let's talk about Nintendo.
All right.
Nintendo.
Their opening was
Announcing the Dragon Quest
No.
DLC
yes,
character.
You're right.
no. Bowser.
No. That was they did the trailer first, dude.
Oh, they did the trailer for.
Yeah.
I thought that was just some intro.
No.
It was. Disregard.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not into this Dragon Quest. It's not my thing. Look at that eye. Dude, the fighting scene though, Link fighting, that was cool.
Yeah,
That was way cool.
Their cinematics are so excellent.
I love them. I wish they would make a show or a movie. What if the Mario movie looks as awesome as these?
I hope so.
Anyways,
The
I
hero.
don't think any of us really have much to say about these characters.
It's kind of interesting that they have like multiple. I mean, I guess
I'll tell you what.
Pokemon Trainer is kind of similar, but it's
well, no
even
one's really
more.
sure, like, out of all these characters, what is a character, right? And what is
yeah,
like
so
a
it's
helper?
confusing. Like, we don't know if they're all Echo Fighters because it shows multiple of the heroes from the games, I guess. And we don't know if they're Echo Fighters or if they're like different outfits. Like, some of the characters in Smash, you can like change the gender depending on what outfit you're on and stuff. So, yet to be seen. But
yeah, these characters don't mean a lot to me.
I'll tell you right now, in conversation with David, he totally called. I think our last video on the YouTube channel actually had something to do with. I think maybe he had mentioned, what is it called again? Dragon Quest?
Yeah.
He had mentioned builders, but he did say he thought maybe they would announce Dragon Quest characters, and here we are. So,
Yeah.
good on him.
I saw one guy on Reddit who he like posted a list of like the supposedly leaked ones, and they like so far 2 out of 5 of the ones he said were correct. He said this, and he said Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's been rumored for a while.
How did they know that?
It was a wishful thinking in my eyes. I don't think anyone knew.
The other characters I've heard are like Minecraft Steve, Doom Guy, and
I think
I could see Doom
Minecraft
Guy.
Steve.
I could see Doom Guy because of Doom Eternal.
He's generic enough. I don't.
Well, and he has multiple
Steve
appearances
is way
too.
too weird. I don't know. There would be some pretty cool move sets from Steve, but Doom Guy. I don't even know. I haven't really played Doom, so I don't know what his moveset would even be. So
Just he'd be a gunner type character, you know.
yeah, Snake.
He'd have good melee too, but he'd probably be kind of like Snake a little
Imagine his
bit. Big old
all
shotgun.
those in what is the new one, Eternal?
Mm-hmm.
In all those melee just takedowns are freaking crazy. If they put those in Smash, that'd be crazy. But I guess continuing on, they did what you were gonna start with.
Bowser.
Was it the Bowser gag?
Yeah.
What? I can only see my mouse on this screen.
All the way to the. You could use your arrows, I guess.
I could. Where's my mouse?
Oh. You got rid of.
Oh no.
Ba 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 da ba 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 da da da.
There we go.
Anyways, it was inevitable that they'd do something like this, and it was okay.
I think it was a good way to introduce, but like you were saying earlier, Ben, too long.
Yeah,
stretched out.
They dragged the joke out just a little bit too much.
I like it though.
And of course, they're not great actors. But, you know,
They never are.
They're not. They're not actors. So
That's part of the charm.
I feel like Reggie improved over the years, but
yeah,
he was
look at
still
some
never.
of those old videos.
He was still a little bit awkward.
I've noticed that Doug Bowser has a similar speech pattern to Reggie. He's got that same tone in the way he talks, so that makes me happy.
They're businessmen. It's what they do.
See, it's too long. It's going on too long.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
you know you can see it over here, right? Just a little smaller. You don't have to look behind you, Ben.
I love how they like cast him out.
You could see it over there.
Oh yeah, well,
Not as well, but
Yeah, I feel like it was good. It was good. Look at him. That stud muffin.
okay.
What was next? Luigi's Mansion. Doug. I guess he really loves his Luigi's Mansion.
yeah.
He talked about it a bunch of times.
but about it a bunch of times, and this was the biggest trailer in the direct.
Pretty much, yeah, the longest one. I love the cartoony voice.
Luigi's Mansion.
That's a really good impression of it. That was a lot of fun. Look at it. Look, it's so innocent. He goes to sleep and then everything goes to shiz around him.
In your hands.
Poor Luigi. Nothing ever works out for him.
Of course, this is the longest trailer of anything, and they didn't actually say a release date.
No,
What the heck is with
What's
that?
up with that?
Like, everything else was just like, oh, here's a little thing, and
What'd
it's
they
coming out
say?
this day.
Fall?
No, they just said in 19.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't even say a month.
So, I mean,
Look at it.
it'll probably be like a November release. Well,
November's Sword and
it's
Shield.
a big game.
October's pretty open right now, so
I'm going to say it's either October or December, because September has, like, a few things. I don't remember exactly all of them that were in, but
yeah.
Yeah.
summer's pretty booked. September's booked. So it's got to be October or December. It's got to
Yeah.
be.
That makes sense.
I'd agree.
October makes the most sense because Halloween.
We can
but-
talk about some of these mechanics that are showing up on the screen. I really like the mechanic of tossing Ghost and the plunger.
Yeah.
I think it'll make for some fun gameplay there.
I love the destructive environment. That's
Yes.
super fun that you can, like, break.
You just
break
use
everything.
things and
I thought it was kind of interesting that they went with the whole, like, almost like tutorial. Like they were giving you almost a game tutorial. Like, you can do this and you can do...
Yeah.
Instead of just showing it and having us...
Gooigi.
With Luigi, you
But-
can
The
grab another Joy-Con.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
I love the mood around this game. It's going to be so much fun.
Now, Spawnwave mentioned something I agreed with, was that the game seemed a little bit too light and, like, happy for, like, a horror game.
If you look back, the first Luigi's Mansion is freaking dark and creepy. It's so much fun to play through, but then you get to Dark Moon, and a lot of the architecture has changed. It's way more cartoony looking, and it looks like they've kind of seems like a midpoint. But it's still more on the cartoony side than it is the original
Right.
Luigi's Mansion.
Well, the original was really creepy. It was dark. It was
It's
like
also
an old mansion
extremely experimental.
with everything, like, covered in cloth, and it's like you're going through this abandoned mansion. Mm-hmm. And
This
a
is
lot of
a-
this looks like
This is
not
just
that,
a haunted functional hotel.
yeah. So it's
So I guess it makes sense that not everything is all ominous. Though the ominous nature of everybody around you disappearing, that's something.
I mean, I guess it's more towards the whole.
What is this? What is this 2019?
Available in 2019.
There's only so many months left.
and what,
Nintendo.
why does it say available in 2019? That's the weirdest phrasing I've ever heard.
It's probably on the store right now.
Guess they'll be.
They just didn't-
available
They just
in-
didn't tell
They
us.
just. What is it called? Such and such drop. What do they call it when they release something like immediately? They're like, it's out now.
Oh.
That phrase, I forgot what it is, but
Because what? Something happened with Smash lately that they didn't tell anyone, and all of a sudden it was in Smash.
Well, I would call that a bombshell. It's just boom.
they dropped a bomb.
Yeah.
That's not the right one I'm thinking
No.
of, but
I know what you're getting at.
yeah.
Stealth release. I don't know.
That's what it would be if they did what we were talking about. But
I thought they'd do that with one of the Smash characters, but no, it's just summer and fall.
so here we have a bunch of.
This is a Dark
this
Crystal
is
game,
weird.
which
When I was watching this, I was looking at the quick chat on YouTube, and this one guy's like, Netflix for Smash, because Netflix pops up on the screen.
did you see the chat at the very beginning of the stream before it started? Everybody was saying, "I'm using tilt controls. I'm using tilt controls," and just spamming
That's
random
freaking-
characters for Smash.
That's beautiful.
And I like threw in a bunch of like music artists. I was like Simon and Garfunkel for Smash, Daft Punk for Smash, Deadmau5 for Smash.
Side note, I have a capture on my Switch of people putting that on Mario Kart. I'm using Twitch or motion controls, and it was like 3 of us, and then one guy's like, "That's unfortunate." It's beautiful, but anyways,
Yeah, that's besides the point.
I'm not a fan of this personally. I'm
That is
just
one ugly looking.
not into
woman.
the 1980s Muppet style.
Yeah, my wife's really excited for that, but
Do
I'm
you
like,
guys remember the movie. Was it called The Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was kind of like the Black Cauldron offshoot type thing.
It was like a Jim Henson kind of thing.
Listen,
I've never
80s
seen it.
throwbacks. I didn't want this.
I
didn't
saw
ask
it.
for
I don't
this.
remember if it was any good. I don't think it was nearly as popular as the Black Cauldron.
I can't take this stuff seriously, and man, I just.
So what came next? It was Link's Awakening, of course.
Oh yeah.
Link's Awakening. I am very excited for this. I've never played it,
Me neither.
so it's a new Zelda. It's an old-fashioned style new Zelda experience for me. So
This art style is just amazing.
I
It's
love
so
it.
gorgeous.
It is the same game, right? Just
yeah, just
remastered or whatever.
Plus the dungeon
it's
feature.
a remake.
Oh yeah,
The new dungeon thing.
Yeah,
Which
that was interesting.
Seems like it might not be as entertaining as they make it out to be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not. It's not like a you post your dungeons online type of thing. It's
Yeah.
like you earn dungeon pieces and then make a dungeon and earn more crap from the dungeon.
Yeah, it seems
So-
kind of cyclical. It would get kind of repetitive and samey after a while, but I mean,
Oh,
as
it's
long
not
as the
like
rest of the game's fine, you know.
Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah.
That was a repetitive game.
Oh god.
Doing that same tempo
Oh my gosh.
over and over and over and over and over again.
Dang, dang.
But yeah, this gameplay is fantastic. I'm glad it's coming out fairly soon, September 20th. It says at the end of the
Come on.
trailer, but
But you,
You paused it, dang it.
oh, it was a good image for me to pause it on.
It was. Sorry.
But I didn't know there was more stuff.
I didn't know either. This is
Yep.
that dungeon maker, so
yeah, you just drop the pieces in, which is
I
it's kind of cool. I mean, it probably adds some like longevity to the game, being able to come back and play more. But
I think it was IGN. So maybe it was someone else who was saying this could be the precursor to like a Zelda maker. Like if they see how people are.
oh,
You know how cool
Well,
that would be?
that's
A
what
Zelda
Spawn
maker would be
Wave-
It's the
awesome.
same
Spawn Wave
concept.
was
That's what he
saying.
said?
He was
Okay.
saying that maybe they were like looking into that, and this is like a bit of it or something like that.
That'd be
I don't
way cool. I'd be super
Well,
excited for that.
They could make like the Zelda Maker overworld be like, you know, kind of the Hyrule, and you walk over and go to like dungeons that appear that are other people's creations, or you can search for them.
I feel like it'd be hard.
Yeah, September 20th. So
Like,
not too far off.
It'd be hard
Yeah.
to have like a really good dungeon maker without like the ability to place items in a 3D space. And
well,
I feel
if they
like
if they do a traditional top-down Zelda, it would be a lot easier.
well, true.
You could be like, floor 1, put an item here, this enemy here. You have to do this to open this door. You know, that kind of stuff. And if they did it in a pixel art style, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
But,
it sounds
I
like
think
it'd be a
Nintendo
lot
should
of
lean on their
work
past
to
a little
make,
more.
but it'd be pretty awesome to have a like a Link's Awakening style, like make your own Zelda dungeons or
Oh, yeah.
They have a like change the style of the gameplay like Mario Maker. It's like do original Zelda graphics or do Ocarina of Time graphics.
And the mechanics, too.
Uh-huh.
That would be so awesome.
Because you'd just be playing Link,
don't
so
know.
it would just change Link's appearance to how he looked in each game.
I'm telling you, I think this could be in the future. Probably a couple years.
they should let
5 or
and then
more.
they
I mean,
should
that
let
doesn't
you
seem
write
like
your
a-
own like story.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
Oh, you could make little notes, maybe.
Like they might could have the same like overlay world maybe, but still let you like write your own story or something. I don't know. That's a little far fetched maybe, but
I don't know.
This-
I think
well,
it's a possibility, but
This seems like maybe it could be a test, like you said, for seeing how this plays out, seeing how much people like it.
Credit to Spawnwave for that mental idea. But yeah,
So yeah,
exciting stuff.
September 20th, and I looked on Amazon after they announced it because they didn't say any price, and it's apparently it's $60. So
what you thought was a little high for a remaster.
yeah, I mean
30, 40 is what I was
th-
thinking.
Yeah, I thought 30 or 40 would be.
But
the highest.
60's really high. I'm still probably gonna buy it at some point.
I
but-
also didn't think it would get a physical release. I don't know why. I just figured it might be a digital only, but it's no.
it
It's
did
getting
seem
physical.
a little indie game y,
Yeah.
but
I guess it's bigger than we assumed.
who knows? Nintendo. I mean, they can really flesh stuff out.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
So-
didn't play the original. It was for the color. The Game Boy Color or Game
Yeah.
Boy Advance?
Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
It's old.
So like
It's really old.
It can't be that big of a game, can it? Or
I don't know. They knew how to stretch things out.
I mean, I guess with the simple graphics, they could have fit a lot on
I
those
mean,
cartridges.
it has a similar specs of the NES, and I wouldn't say the original Zelda's a small game.
No.
So
Maybe it would have been 40 if they didn't do like the extra dungeon stuff. Maybe they
and
upped
this
the
is
price because of that.
what is this? Is this Final Fantasy stuff? I forget what it was.
This is Square Enix. Just kidding.
Square Enix, the game.
What was this?
I don't know what it is.
A sword in the tree.
not. I mean, yeah. So nothing I really paid attention to, but
I think this was something that was like it's getting a North American release, maybe that wasn't in North America.
yeah.
Was it?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's something we've never seen before. This is it's either a remake or a remaster, and it's never been in the U.S.
I mean,
I don't remember what it's called.
it looks all right. Like it doesn't look like anything particularly special in this type of genre, right?
Doesn't suit my fancies. Fancy.
Trials of Mana. That's it.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
and then
guess they put all the old ones on
you
the
can-
eShop
yeah.
as well.
I think you can switch visual styles.
Early
playing.
2020.
Seems like it. So that one's a while off.
So there's a third game that we
2020.
saw that is next year. Because Nintendo was like, we're only going to show, or this E3 press conference will be games coming out in 2019, and then they
Yeah,
end up
focusing
showing,
on 2019.
Then they
There's
show at least 3 that aren't coming out this year.
a
But,
lot of stuff that wasn't 2019.
but they had to do something with Animal Crossing because everyone was expecting
It's
it to
been
come out
almost-
this year. So they had to at least show something and say it's next year.
When did they
So-
announce Animal Crossing? Was it at E3? Or was
Very
it a
first
little...
announce?
Yeah.
That was in a direct. It was like at the end of a direct in like
So it was
Gosh, early in
it's
the year.
almost a year from now, but a couple months out from a year. So we'd heard nothing for the greater part of a year.
So it said the original 3 games of the Mana series are now on.
Yeah, in a collection, and then I think
available for the first time outside of Japan.
yeah,
Available. So that was
That's
you know,
neat.
for fans of the series. That's
Later
a bombshell. That
today.
it's available later today.
yeah, crazy.
But
And then we have The Witcher 3,
oh yeah, this
which
came
is
out in.
crazy.
I mean, it didn't really come out of nowhere. 'Cause people were
It didn't-
talking about
like
it. But
we kind of saw it coming, but it's crazy that they brought this game to the Switch because it's not a small thing to do to bring that game to the Switch.
Well, you just have to lower some of the graphical settings.
Yeah, but some game companies can't do it right. So
Oh my goodness.
there's that dog again.
He's been really going most of the time.
He's rooting. Come on. E3, baby.
He seriously doesn't.
We've
bark
always
this
got
much.
dogs, and it wouldn't be a retrospection if there wasn't a dog in the background.
I wonder if he hears us talking because normally I don't hear him barking constantly. Usually he just barks when he sees me.
Yeah, it means we got to be more consistent with this, so he'll bark less.
oh boy,
A promised reunion of beloved something.
this is Fire Emblem: Three Heroes or
Nah,
three houses.
The story of this interests me, but I'm not a Fallout. I'm not
Meet
a
back
Fire Emblem
here.
fan.
Let's
so-
meet back here in whatever year.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like playing the Fire Emblem characters in Smash, but you know,
I'm just not
I
a
don't. They're
strategic.
evil witches.
I struggle. Okay, so remember I bought War Groove, and I struggle with the difficulty all the way down in that game. So I'm not a strategic guy. Not much real-time strategy.
this is one of those like turn-based games, right? That's
Yeah.
how the. Yeah, I've never been into that too much. I want to just run up and
I
attack
wish
stuff.
I could get into it, but I can't. So I'm an action dude. Anyway, I don't have much more to say about this.
Yeah.
So it's just what it is.
Indeed.
There's a couple more games in this time slot that I don't really have much to say about, but
What do we have here?
Resident Evil.
Oh.
Eh.
Meh.
So Nintendo
This was probably the biggest meh of the entire thing for me.
Nintendo condones breaking and entering, clearly. So
Yes.
yeah, break into an old house and play
Nintendo-
Resident
This whole
Evil.
thing is just
Family
like
friendly. I wondered what else they were going to do in that house, but
this entire thing is cringy. It's just the whole thing, the entire thing. Anytime people do simulated, like where people are playing games and it's showing their reactions in like commercials, it never works.
it's so corny.
It's always so bad.
Yeah,
like,
Nin-
oh no, oh. People don't
Nintendo
react
has
like
a-
this when they play games.
Nintendo has a tendency to do that a lot. You know,
Again,
with the original
so-
Switch commercials where they'd all sit down and play. And be
okay.
like,
So
They're at
kind
a
of-
party
kind of
and
as a-
oh my gosh.
as a tie-in to that, so people have been making fun of Nintendo because the multiplayer Mario Maker, the online stuff.
Don't you get me started on that.
No. So good news on that. But before I mention it, I'm just gonna say this is another one of those situations where, it's just like Nintendo expects us to be on a rooftop or in a house, just playing on a tiny little screen with a little
Resident-
Joy-Con.
And someone else watching you play on that screen?
No,
Nobody would ever want to watch you play anything on that tiny screen. That would be no fun at all.
but Nintendo did acknowledge the backlash, and they did say they were gonna change stuff in Mario Maker and make online multiplayer
my
with friends.
goodness.
Why did they
Thank
think that was
heavens.
a good idea in the first place?
So they
They-
heard the cries, and this is like one of the first times Nintendo acknowledges something like this and is like, oh yeah, okay, we'll fix. Usually they're stubborn as frick and stick to their guns, and
Well,
it's super annoying.
For a lot of people, it's kind of the last straw in like the fact that they're still like
We're paying
15
for a
years
service.
behind on their
They
online
still think we're
service.
gonna be excited about NES games.
But
We're over the NES games, okay?
the reason they thought it would be okay, I think, is because they put a little too much emphasis on like leaderboards and stuff.
This is
Which
in
is one of
85.
the, which is the same reason that there was all that strife with why can't we have our backup saved for like Splatoon and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, the leaderboards, we don't want you to.
Yeah,
which-
Well,
it's weird.
and in like Mario Maker, one person on Twitter was like, "Hey, Nintendo, here's an idea. If you play with friends, you get removed from leaderboards, and it doesn't count."
That's all it takes.
Most
While you play
people
with friends.
don't care.
Nobody sits.
And the people that do care probably don't have friends.
Nobody looks at Nintendo Switch Online or a service like it and thinks, you know, I'm going to pay for this so that I can play with random people and not be able to talk to them because nobody's going to use the freaking app.
Because even people that play with strangers online get to know those people and end up continually playing with those same people.
I'm paying for
Like,
online.
yeah, people who made friends only in a game, they want to play with those people again and again.
Yeah.
Nobody
talk
wants
to
to
them.
just be a new random person every single time.
I pay for online because of the possibility of playing with friends online. So why else would I do that?
Oh, Nintendo.
I get a thrill on Mario Kart when I play online with random people, but I don't do that all the time. I'm
That's
not
like
like
occasionally.
I'm the best at Mario Kart.
And even then, it's more fun to play online with like friends and other random people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's you and me and like 8 other random people.
So
Right, it's
I'm
like
really
in
glad
Smash. It's fun to play with random people if you're playing with one
With a
person you
friend.
know.
The first time I played with our oldest brother online, it was like right after Christmas because that's when we all had Switches. Our oldest brother got a Switch after that, and we had the funnest time just screwing with people online. Just us two teamed up against another dude. Like this poor guy we got in a match with, and it was just him and us two, and we ganged up on him, of course. It was awesome, but he was really good and held us off really well, and it was eye-opening.
Yeah, people online can be really scary in like any of those games.
Anyways,
I don't even know anything
on to the
about
next.
this.
I don't
game.
know. Travis Strikes Again series. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. This guy seems like an a-hole. He's kind of cocky.
He made a joke about Independence Day and Star Wars, right? So,
Yeah, he did.
No.
Pretty
thought
good.
that was kinda
I caught
weird.
those.
Like, decent jokes, but
Again, the guy's like cocky as shiz, which
he's like
Is this a character? Or no, is this a personality?
anyways, yeah, I don't have much to say about this. The game looks good,
was he? I didn't hear much after the
the
beginning.
graphics at least.
But most people want their heroes to be like humble and like, don't they?
Well, at the same time, a lot of people do like a bad A. So, like Master Chief. Master Chief's a straight bad A.
Doom guy.
You can't describe him. Yeah, those two, they're the same person. Come on.
Let's be honest.
Anyway,
What's with all the? They usually don't do all those little
the credits and crap.
credits. in
I don't
these.
know. Coming 2020.
Yeah,
There's
all
the
right.
fourth
Another
game.
one.
Another one, 2020.
There's a scary amount of these that aren't 2019.
Nintendo,
was
you're
this
full
one?
of lies.
I don't remember what this one is.
Oh, it's Contra.
Whoa, really?
It's GI.
I
It's
totally.
GI Joe.
I wasn't paying attention at this point.
I don't
was
know if this is a new Contra game or
scrubbing a
like
car
an
at
old
work.
one that they're remaking or something. I honestly don't know. I'm not familiar with Contra.
That's interesting. I'd be interested to look into it more. Not that I would
But,
ever buy it, but maybe I'll watch a gameplay.
They also, I think they put the Contra games all on the eShop too.
Did he just
along with it.
helicopter himself? Did you see that? Look.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like you did.
Back to the bad A discussion.
This could be like a fun co-op game, honestly. Like it
could-
doesn't look too bad.
If it's an action game, I'm in. I like action games. I'd be
Yeah.
willing to try it out. Other than that, I don't know anything about this. So,
I know my dad loved the
Third
Contra
person?
arcade games, but
oh yeah. Who does it?
September 24th. And then,
They're hard as frick.
yeah, they have local co-op online multiplayer.
I love seeing both of those. Both of those
Yeah, and
options.
they put all the old
Wait.
Contra games on the
Online
eShop.
multiplayer and local co-op. Does that mean they don't have online co-op? What is the
That
I'm-
was another bombshell.
I'm guessing it's the same thing for both.
And this one was that, Daemon X Machina, which I don't know anything about. I've never been
Neither
big
do
into
I.
the anime mech genre, so...
Well, they,
Nah,
going back though, they
What?
yes.
co-op is 2 players, right? But they show
Well, but
4.
there's, yeah, they show
Co-op,
4.
co-operative.
And there's like 4 characters
so
or more.
Any amount of players.
I thought meant 2. But
You're right.
I don't know. But I guess there's 4. They wouldn't have showed 4. So I guess they probably are about the same. Multiplayer, local, or online, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they're not Nintendo.
So that one's worth trying out, probably. I don't know how much it'll be, but
I don't know anything about this. I'd be fine not talking about it.
I'm going to see if I can find the price of Contra while we
It was probably $60.
scroll through. Probably. And how much the Contra collection is, for that matter.
What is this, McKay?
Daemon X Machina.
You don't want to talk about this?
I don't. It's
thought it was-
anticipated.
Let's see.
Looks decent. I'm not like Ben. I'm not into the mech stuff.
So the Contra collection is $20, and it has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in there.
How much did you say?
$20.
That's pretty freaking good.
That's not too bad. And if
yeah.
you're into those games, then that would be excellent.
That's for the older stuff. or-
That's for the anniversary collection and the.
You said they have 10 games?
That's
seems
good.
pretty
They're the
fair.
old school arcade ones, but it'd be fun.
But
Hey, worth it in my eyes.
And I'm checking the price of the new one that they
what do we got here?
trailer.
This
That is
How to Train Your Dragon?
I don't know what this is either. Honestly,
Oh,
I don't remember either.
Spyro as an adult.
I might cut some of this out to be honest, if we have nothing to say about it.
What? Why cut it out? People like to hear our
For the
stuff.
audio.
Okay, Contra is 40.
Just for the audio.
No, you don't need to cut anything out.
Okay.
What's
I
that?
don't even remember that trailer happening.
Oh, no. Never mind. This isn't what I thought it was.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
Winter. This winter. This guy.
Game of Thrones. Wait.
Winter is coming.
That was a pretty good voice of him.
It was. That was impressive. Pokemon. Wow, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This looks really cool.
Look at all those
Pokemon
biomes. Did you see all those
Shield and
biomes?
Sword.
Look, it's
Wooloo.
Wooloo.
He's just a sheep.
Wooloo's
Just-
my
just a
favorite
sheep.
now. My new favorite Pokemon.
That Pokemon almost killed that girl.
Dynamax.
So Pokemon, I want to talk about real quick. I was all down to get back into Pokemon Go and prepare myself for this game, but after this direct, I've better priorities.
Like what? Sitting around for a year to wait for Animal Crossing?
Yes. Link's Awakening is something that I want, and Spyro
Mario
is
Maker.
coming out at some point. I don't know when. Mario Maker.
Crash Team Racing.
I do want Spyro.
I want
Crash
Spyro
Team
really
Racing.
bad. Crash Team Racing too.
Dude,
There's
I went
so much
back and
freaking
played that.
crap.
I couldn't even tell what was happening on the screen. I don't know how we did it as kids. It was so fuzzy. I'm like, where am I? What's happening?
The drifting's weird in that game because you can hop with one bumper, but then you hit the other one at the right points to get the boost. So you hold this one and then, and it's vice versa. You can do it either way, but it's crazy.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to get that one.
Me too.
I remember just messing around and practicing all the shortcuts together.
Yeah, that was a big part of our childhood.
And this is Astral Chain.
Yeah, this one
I really like the look of this one a lot. Every time I've seen
it looks
footage
interesting.
of it,
That pink girl hair didn't. She like stood out weird to me when I first saw her there.
She's the main character. That's how animes work.
Okay,
that's how you know they're important. They have
she
different
just,
colored
like,
hair.
Everyone else is brunette.
She just seemed weird. Like her color seemed weird to stand out with all the not
But
so
yeah,
happy coloring. But
The graphics and
Except for look, the guy you're playing as is a brunette. My anime logic is screwed up.
is she the love interest? Because
That's my favorite.
I do
thing.
like the animation of this.
This one.
Usually I see like anime type stuff and I'm like,
well, it has a great like
It's-
aesthetic to it. It's got a
looks
futuristic.
detailed. It's not flat cartoony. It's very appealing.
It's not.
yeah, I agree with the
it's-
aesthetic.
It's more detailed, cell shaded style, which is
Yeah.
kind of interesting. I haven't really seen that too much around. It's usually very soft looking.
Like you look at their it's really detailed. Just their clothing and armor and just the world.
The gameplay looks fun. The concept is interesting. So that I don't
This
know.
is one I'm actually gonna look into more. I don't know. Looking at this footage, it looks pretty good.
It's got kind of a cyberpunk sort of thing going on. Very cool.
That's one of our favorites.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not going to come close to.
I don't know about you.
2077, but
I'll speak for me and Ben. We like cyberpunk stuff.
What's that now?
Just dystopian, futuristic.
high tech, low life,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
It's like everything's all futuristic, but it's kind of dystopian, you know.
Yeah.
Which this
Look at that.
This is more
Look
straight
at that.
sci-fi.
That
it
looks
seems but
good.
pretty soon. I think that's
August 30th. Yeah.
What the other more recent one was in July, and it was one we didn't really care for. I don't remember even what it was.
Yeah.
That's like
we
one
don't
of the,
care about it.
That's like the soonest one that we care about, besides maybe Cadence of Hyrule.
This isn't actual gameplay,
Oh.
just so you know.
What was this? Oh,
Oh,
the
frick.
Mafia kind of game.
Oh yeah. That was random. That was really random.
I thought it was gonna be like Mafia 3 or something. Maybe that is that already on there? The Mafia games?
I don't know.
They started playing that music. I thought it was going to pop up and be like one of those casino phone games or something like that.
I thought we were getting a surprise like L.A. Noir thing,
Yeah, that too. I thought like
sweet.
that would be interesting.
but
What is it?
I don't know. I've never heard about it ever before in my life.
Empire.
That's why I
it's
say
a
it's-
new.
For all you know, it could be
new game.
like a.
That's why I'm saying it's so random.
Oh, and this is the Marvel
Ultimate Alliance
yeah.
3, baby.
This looks really good.
This looks good.
I played the crap out of the first Ultimate Alliance with
If you like
my siblings.
quick-paced beat 'em up style, you remember the Spyro game we had on the GameCube? That kind of stuff. Probably better than that.
I remember.
But
that
it's like
one
you
not
just
being
go around and
great.
beat the crap out of everyone really fast.
One of my favorite things in like the original, the first one at least, was like you can change the costumes of the heroes that you play. So you can play as like their old school appearances from like comics, or you can
I'm
play as their
really
new
excited
ones
for
and stuff.
this. It looks really cool.
And you can play as any of them. You can play as like a whole roster. Art style looks really good. It's kind of got that. I hate to say like Fortnite, but it's got that kind of toony Fortnite style going on.
That's
That's the closest thing I
fighting
can think of.
style now.
What is that game we played?
Which one?
Alien invasion type shooter.
Shooter?
That we played with Skylar.
Destroy All Humans?
No.
There's Time Splitters.
Yeah, this kind of reminded me of Time Splitters a little.
I haven't looked at that game in a long time. I was really hoping. Okay, I'll tell you. I was hoping
mean the graphic style, not the game.
Yeah, the gameplay is first-person shooter. So.
Oh, here's Cadence of Hyrule.
Hey,
This one looks really fun. And for any of you,
Is that Zelda?
I guess by the time this is out, I don't know, but
it'll be
Crypt of the Necrodancer's like,
it'll be
really
out
cheap
now
right
by the
now.
time this is. By the time anyone sees this,
I'm gonna probably buy Crypt of the Necrodancer when I get home, and then I'll probably buy this after.
let me know how it is
Crash
because
I've never tried Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I love the concept. I always meant to, because I have the soundtrack because it's fantastic, but I never played it.
and now it's Zelda, so
It's just so a rhythm based, dungeon crawler kind of game.
I
it looks
feel
really
like
fun.
if you get down the gameplay of this, it'll be a super satisfying game to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
And
hop in, nail a bunch of beats and rhythms, and I don't know.
Yeah, Zelda lends itself super well to the style of it, so it works perfectly.
And I love remixes too. So
Mm-hmm.
this Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Whoever can like do this the fastest or on start.
Yeah, this is
like
a
the
Sorry,
first
like
one.
this. You can't see me. I'm running faster than you.
Waggling the Wii remote and the nunchuck as fast as you can.
this is very much the party game of E3,
Yeah,
right? They always got to announce at least one party game.
I think it's so funny.
I don't know. I think Smash is my party game. Mario Kart, not
Well, not the party game, it's the party game of this conference.
of this conference.
But the
yeah.
party game is Smash.
direct.
I think.
I'm just saying I wouldn't play this at a party. I wouldn't.
Nah,
I
I'm
probably
not gonna
won't
get
buy
it.
this.
I think it sells pretty well, and that's why they're still making them all the
I
time.
mean, I had a decent amount of fun with the first
the
one.
first
but
one? 'Cause it
after
was a
like
novel
After like a
concept.
day, I was like, well, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
But it was like a full day of playing. But
Okay, what have we got here next?
This was Animal Crossing, of course.
attention,
yeah.
please.
I just still, when I was watching this, I saw Nook Inc. there, and I was just like,
Yeah, I heard the voice first, and I was like, "What is this?"
Well, the guy said he's like,
oh man,
this looks so
the
freaking
graphics,
good.
the
I
graphics
was
are so.
right before they showed Nook Inc. I was like, Animal Crossing, be Animal Crossing, be Animal Crossing.
They perfectly captured the exact same art style while making it look a million times better. And I don't. It's so weird because all the furniture still looks the same. Like
They've managed to do that with Mario over generations.
Well, all the animations are so good, like just little things like sitting
looks-
down, you go like, whoop.
so good.
Everything's so fluid, and there's more detail in everything.
Look at that water.
Yeah,
I mean, that looks
It's
nice.
so good.
and like when you do a fishing pole, it's like boing, boing, boing.
I also like
That
it's so cool.
moving trees.
I love the environment. Like I watched the gameplay on Treehouse Live, and just the tree. Like
Paving.
they have different.
Paving.
Yes,
I did think
paving.
it was weird. It was weird that
She paints it on the ground. It's weird.
it was weird that they in the treehouse would use an axe to get wood out of a tree. They could get a certain amount out of the tree, and then you couldn't get any more. But it didn't like knock down the tree.
Yeah, so
I thought you would knock down the tree to get the wood.
I wonder if you just hit a
it's
different button to.
But I think they're like you
Take
can
a
get a
tree
certain
down.
amount of wood out of the tree each day or something. You get the branches by chopping it or something.
Mm-hmm. That makes
3
sense.
pieces of wood. There's normal wood and hardwood. But what I was saying, the in Treehouse Live they were showing just the gameplay and the environmental, just how they set up the environment. Like you can hear the breeze and the trees are rustling.
Oh yeah, you could hear all
And
that. It was nice.
They said that at certain points of the day or different times of the year, there will be different amounts of wind. So, like in the fall, can you just imagine like stronger breezes and it's so freaking you need to see that gameplay because
I
it's
do need to watch it.
like you thought that Animal Crossing was relaxing before. Watch that footage because it's so relaxing.
So, having them push it back to March of next year, a little depressing.
Yeah,
But some of the new concepts are exciting, like the crafting and it looked like she was doing some like gardening or something like that.
Yeah, that like she planted a
more-
bunch of flowers
Yeah.
or plants. We don't know if they were flowers, but
Maybe she was just watering flowers. Maybe it wasn't gardening. I don't know.
who knows?
Well, I think later in the video they are all flowers and she picks them, but so I'm assuming you
see
could
him
sell
pick
them
a
or something.
flower.
Yeah, so you can, along with crafting, you can make furniture, I guess, but you can also buy stuff if you choose to. So
it's not taking away.
I guess
from,
it's both worlds. You're not. They didn't completely change everything, but
If you want to go the natural approach, you can do that. If you want to just chase the money, you can do that too. I think that's an excellent way to do it.
I love what they've done here. Also, 8 people in one town, like at once. I think the max is still 4 for who's living in the town. I don't know, but you can
have
play.
8 people?
You can play with 8 people at once.
Well, I figured
okay.
so
this
that
was implying that,
the
but
footage they showed of everybody running to the coast, that was legit like multiplayer footage. They said
Really?
that in Treehouse Live.
these 8
Wow.
people are
So-
playing on the same game.
Yeah, this might be a picture, but I don't know.
Well, you know what I mean. 8
Yeah,
people.
when they were all running up, I thought it was villagers at first, but it
But
was
they
all,
also
like,
said
animals.
you
but
can play with 4 people on one console,
at the same time.
which is a little bit crowded. I don't think with 4 people there'd be
I'm never
much
gonna
to
do that. But say
that-
say you don't end up getting another Switch for your wife, you can still play Animal Crossing together at the same time.
So 2-player, I think,
Wow.
is doable. 4 on a screen, I think people won't have anything to do because it's not that big of a
yeah,
space.
so one person takes host, and you can jump around who's the host.
in this approach, you're not the mayor, so it wouldn't be like this person's the mayor and this person's like just a townsperson. You probably have equal ability to do things in the town if you play together.
yeah,
But like,
which is really
Which is
nice.
fantastic. That's
but
great.
essentially, you can take someone who's in that town, have them join you, and one of you is the leader. So I think the screen goes kind of where you go.
It's
The other
kind of like
person
Smash
can run
Brothers.
around and help you, like run around. So it's not split screen. You're on the same screen, and one can run around and like help you get wood from trees and stuff.
In other words, get another Switch.
So like, I'll probably get another Switch, but
I'm curious to see whether your wife will be into it. I think she will be.
but at the same time, I like the idea of living in the same town. So I'm like, is
Yeah,
there
that's a
way
hard
for her to
trade-off.
play on her own Switch and live in the same town as me.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to do that, but
It's
Both have your
It's a
houses
trade-off.
or live in the same house and yeah.
because when me and McKay play together on the 3DS, you're only together for a few minutes, and then it's like, well, this isn't my town, so there's nothing for me to do here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I hope there's some sort of hub area, maybe. That would be nice. Somewhere you can go together and do things.
But
With
like,
friends.
I could see as like as kids, this multiplayer feature would have been great.
Yeah.
Because we'd sit there and we'd take like turns, and everyone would get like 30 minutes or something on Animal Crossing for the GameCube.
And if your turn's the last one, all the shops are closed and everyone's bought everything. That sucks.
Oh gosh.
At least in this, you can craft it.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
don't have to wait for Nook to get it. But
That is awesome. That's a good point. Like,
yeah.
the shops close and, man.
So you could be out of luck.
Well, you
and
might
then just
not-
goes.
you might
I guess
be able
maybe
to craft after
the crafting
dark.
table. But you can craft from your phone, though.
But it's like, have you ever like bought an axe, chopped down a ton of trees, and had it break, and then there's no axes for like 2 days
Yeah.
in the Nook
So
store?
it's good you can craft an axe.
But I
That's
think
a nice feature.
as like a kid, it would have been nice to just be like, okay, I'm doing this. If my brother wants to play, then he can help me jump on and help me get wood or something for whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh man, that's
probably a
gonna be
good
so
feature
great.
for kids. I don't think it'd be that worthwhile for hardcore Animal Crossing people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it might be fun if your wife's sitting there watching. Rather than sitting there watching, they could run around and help you with stuff or whatever. A friend or a wife or whatever.
Yeah. I'm excited.
It's nice that you could likely share the game too, because the Switch has the different profiles, right? So
Oh,
you could,
yeah.
you could probably both have a save of it on the console. Unlike, New Leaf, where you have to just be a member of the other person's town if you want to play on their save.
Oh, you could potentially have 2 towns on the on Switch maybe.
That would be
I
cool.
think you could. Well, because I tried. Pokemon's always done the one save thing, right? But I tried Let's Go, and Nat had a save of Eevee, and I played it on my account, and it just let me start over the game without affecting hers.
That's very
So the
good.
Switch seems like you can share games like that easily.
Yeah.
So
I
it'd be the
wonder
same
if
for
they'll
Sword
have
and
an
Shield.
option like, do you want to join this town? Or
That would be cool. Then
I could see them doing
in
that.
town while they're offline. And if you were like swapping between, you'd be in the same town essentially.
yeah.
Well, like on the GameCube, if you had a town on another memory card, you could visit it.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
So, like, we had 2 towns because we had, like, 6 siblings that wanted to play the game, and there was only 4 per town. So we
Yeah.
had one on one game card and one on another, and you could visit.
You'd have to
The
switch the memory cards for whichever one you wanted to play.
But
Because it would load memory card A first.
Yeah.
and then, of course, our Mad Catz card would erase itself every 3 months. So
Yeah. After getting to the same spot in Paper Mario 3 times over.
that's why I quit playing Paper Mario, because
It's like, how many times?
that stupid Mad Catz memory card.
I'm glad our third-party companies seem to do really well right now. PDP and PowerA are doing decent.
Oh yeah.
And then we have
The
Spyro. These
we
are
have
the
the-
highlights. Did they give a release date? Oh, I didn't
I
see.
think
I don't think they showed.
I think they
anything.
just said 2019 for a lot of these.
Oh, this one says September at the bottom. What did the other one say? Anything at the bottom?
The second one said coming soon. Let's see again. Spyro, gimme. September 3rd.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
I'm
good.
excited.
There you go, McKay.
Yes, I love Spyro. I've only played the first one.
Yeah, coming soon.
I hope it's not like something like when you played Crash and like they had because they had like fixed it like in spots in the old game where you would be able to land even if you were a little off the visual edge.
I
Now
think
you
that was
can't,
just
or
I think that was just a mechanics mistake they made in Crash Bandicoot when they remade it.
because you said it was a lot harder, right?
Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot's way harder. The hitboxes are all different and everything, but I can't imagine this game isn't as precise in everything. So
Well, you gotta jump and glide to certain places. Sometimes you barely make it.
yeah, well, we'll see. Nat, your wife liked it, didn't she?
What?
Spyro.
Oh yeah, she loved it. She
yeah.
played the crap out of it.
So I mean, I never heard her say anything
It
wrong
already
with
came out on what the
The PS4 and the Xbox One.
So
Technically, I could get it now, but I want it on the Switch more than anything else.
Switch is great for games like that.
Oh, it is.
Doom coming
Perfect.
soon.
Doom looks really cool. I'm excited for that. We've talked about it already.
Sinking City, that's like a Lovecraftian game. I haven't played it, but
I don't know anything about it. Wolfenstein.
Youngblood
Looks really cool.
I would play that with you on the Switch, but I would not want to play it. Well,
on the Switch.
yeah,
You could try the first
shooter.
one. It's
Alien Isolation on the Switch. That's pretty cool.
the textures, man. They load in late on
This
Wolfenstein.
winter.
Maybe they've gotten better, but
They said this winter.
Yeah.
Does that mean like January and February?
it could.
Dragon Quest Builders.
Oh, that too, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Stranger Things, the game.
This looks really cool, and I like the art style a lot.
That pixel aesthetic.
No one
is
cares
great.
about Just Dance, so we'll just...
Some people do.
I don't see any Fortnite dances. I don't see no default dance.
They're trying, they don't want to get sued, you know.
No, frick. I don't know what this
Oh,
is.
that game
Oh,
looks
that's,
fantastic. Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah.
That's one that my wife's really interested in playing, so she's really happy it's coming to the Switch.
It looks too happy-go-lucky for me. And Mario Maker, of course. We got that. We've talked about it already.
cares?
Who cares? This is a stupid game.
No, it looks great.
Um,
And then Banjo-Kazooie, of course, with the best fake out in history.
so awesome. I love how they did it just like
Just
like the
King
other-
Dedede.
and King
Exactly the
Dedede's
same.
just chilling with them in their house, just sleeping. It's so perfect. The puzzle piece flies by and instantly you know. You're
Or
like,
King K. Rool, not DDD.
yeah, sorry. Mistake on both of our parts.
Oh, did we? Oh, you did? Okay.
I agreed with you on King Dedede.
I love how they break the window.
To get more space.
That
Look at it.
This fake out is so epic. I love it so much.
Oh, it's so bad. Frickin' Duck Hunt.
No.
And then it's the mocking laugh that he always does.
Yeah, the
Mocking
duck. So
us.
And then wha-bam.
I love these cinematics. They're so freaking good.
Can I just- can I
Banjo-Kazooie
just say,
are raring to go.
my wife was so excited. She was like almost crying. She was so excited for this.
Oh, so freaking good. Ah,
We-
man, I didn't think they would do it. But with how friendly Microsoft has been, I could see the possibility.
And
but
again, the link to Donkey Kong Country, it just made it easy because yeah, the Rare made that game. They're connected to Nintendo
yeah,
in that respect.
it's so awesome. And then they have this stage for it, which is cool.
Spiral Mountain.
Yes, I need to play that game. I think it's part of Game Pass.
See, that's one thing I was jealous of on Game Pass. I saw that was on the Xbox, but that's not on the PC Game Pass. Boobar.
Man, oh, so good. So
And
freaking good.
I just saw on Twitter recently the music that's being put in the game for them is being written by the guy who made the original music.
Yeah, that guy's so good.
Grant Kirkhope, I think.
He did he did
He did ukulele as well.
yes. Which I wasn't as big of a fan of, but some of the tracks that are good. And then is this
So that's just fall, so we'll
Yeah,
see when
who
that
knows?
happens.
is this is the last of it, right? Oh, I loved this.
So
What a
I
surprise.
thought it was Ori, Will of the Wisp.
I saw
at
these
first.
shapes and I was like, please be Zelda.
Well,
And then I saw this and I was like, it's Zelda. It's gotta be
I
Zelda.
thought they were doing another.
I knew it was Zelda at the torch. Right when the torch
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
Zelda."
the art style was dead giveaway. I thought it was a DLC for it or something, like an
There's
add-on.
so many things to dive into here.
I didn't think it was going to be a sequel. I thought it was just going to be an expansion or something.
This gives me like the butterflies. I was walking on clouds all day thinking about this game.
I feel like we could see that somewhat soon because they're using the same engine and whatnot.
It's so hard to say because we don't know how far in development they are.
I really feel like it'll probably be. Did anyone else think like that sound that made when it and looked. That was pretty creepy.
That is really creepy. That is exceptionally creepy. That was kind of surprising. I mean, everything else is kind of dark, but that was just like... Whoa.
People are saying this is like the Majora's Mask of today.
Oh.
Because
think about it.
It just has so much creepier vibes all over.
Maybe they're following the formula. And Ocarina of Time was Breath of the Wild, and then...
Man, I'm getting tingles just thinking about it. But this obviously stole... This is the highlight for me.
They're going to go to the Dark World.
I really doubt it comes out before.
That's an interesting idea. Nobody said that yet. I don't know why.
That's what I think.
I bet it comes out at the end of next year.
I hope they stay in Hyrule, though. I don't want them to go anywhere else. Because I want to be able to explore even more. Like, if they bring temples back, like dungeons, and put them all over in the world, it would be fun to try and unlock them with a location I know.
Do you think they'll like have the same map? Because that would be kind of interesting to do the same map in a sequel.
That's a lot of work that they put into the map. Like, tons.
Because
of
what they
detail.
could do would be like, say they do go to the Dark World, that's a whole other thing. So they go there, but then you also have the main world that's still there.
Maybe they keep this world and do a dark version of it. And just like a Link, they did it in A Link to the Past, and back then, I'm sure that was quite a feat to make two worlds.
In Breath of the Wild, they defeat Ganon, and then in this game, you see like how Hyrule is after that. It's kind of being rebuilt, so you kind of see things being restored.
There's a lot of things here because there's like Gerudo symbols, and that's where Ganon's from. Is like he's a Gerudo person, and there's Gerudo symbols on this creepy body that you see throughout this. And so people are like, that's Ganon's body. And you never see like the human version, the Gerudo version of Ganon in the first game. And so it's like...
You're saying that skeleton was Ganon, the Crinkneck? That's what I assumed when I saw it,
so
was that it was Ganon.
I also really want this to be like the story plays out as you play the game. So like... Not like the first game where everything's happening before. Like, all the cool cinematic crap happened before
all the cool
playing.
the cool story was in the
I want
past.
all the cool cinematic crap to happen as you're playing.
It seems like it's setting it up that way, right?
I hope that they do not have Zelda get like taken and you have to save her. I hope that you spend most of the game with her.
Well... so I was talking to my coworkers today about it. One of them posited that it could be a co-op game, like optional co-op.
I really
and Zelda's
hope
a companion.
it is.
Zelda's a companion that follows you around.
I don't know if that'd be a good thing.
Maybe not, but they said it could.
It
happen.
could be if it. I guess
I could see
strictly
it
2 player
as an
co-op.
option. I could see it as an option. Like you have an NPC of Zelda, going around with you.
Maybe you can play as Zelda instead of Link 2. You can just switch between them or something to do puzzles.
I just
right?
really want
to solve puzzles.
They can make more complex temples that way.
I want
and shrines
Zelda
and
to
stuff.
be there with Link because,
Well, they're like
cool.
separated the whole
because
time
of the
in Breath of the
story
Wild.
that
Yeah.
they had in Breath of the Wild.
I don't know how far you are in that game.
I'm not very far, but I know a lot about it, how the story goes and whatnot.
I mean, there's obviously stuff in between the two of them
yeah.
that develops. But
Yep, I've gotten inklings of that so far.
I want it to continue.
I think they will.
I don't want you to be alone again, because you just went through a whole experience alone. There needs to be not alone.
I think they'll...
But then there's also the whole aspect of having like some sort of NPC with you and trying to do things.
And who knows, like other games aren't Zelda have played it out. Like the characters are with you, but you play and they're not there in gameplay, but they're with you in the story. And they could do that. I don't like that as much, but
I just don't want to risk the whole like you have an NPC with you and so you like fly to a certain spot and they can't get there, so you have to find a new way so that they can follow you there.
No.
Crap like that. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true. If they designed the game right, they wouldn't have to worry about that, but it might limit your freedom to explore.
It'd be like playing with what's that Rudo girl in Wind Waker? You have to carry her through the whole Or Rito, not Rudo.
It's like
Rudo's
what, Natasha Chick in GoldenEye? Is that what her name?
Oh, God. No, we don't want Natasha. Ugh, that's annoying as frick. Why'd you have to bring that back to my memory?
Because that's what I think about when I think of terrible NPCs that you have to get to follow you around.
Yeah, GoldenEye, man.
At least she could shoot. Yeah.
Anyways, what do you guys think? What's the highlight for you here in at least Nintendo's press conference? Animal Crossing's a pretty big one.
I think, yeah, that was a big deal.
I'd say for me it's Zelda, though, because for some odd coincidence, I stopped playing Zelda for the longest time, and then I just recently, like within the past couple days, jumped back into Master Mode. And now I'm like really far. I have every memory and almost all the towers, and I've just been having a blast. And then they suddenly announce a sequel. So I'm just bubbly. But what about you, Tyler? What's your... Sorry,
No, I was just going to say it's silly. I just started playing it, and now the sequel's coming.
It's crazy.
Well, I was most excited for Animal Crossing, so I'm kind of sad that it's far away. But
I know.
It was bittersweet when they said that, you know. It's like, whoa, when is it going to be? Oh.
I love how apologetic Nintendo always is. They're like, please allow us some more time.
Make it the best it can be.
Which, fine.
They're so nice. They're so good about how
Don't
they
want it to be,
But I'll probably get Spyro, and I'll probably get Mario Maker.
Mario Maker's the top of my list as far as like upcoming right now, I think. He doesn't like that. Maybe I'll change my mind. Dog doesn't like it. He's howling at me. No, it's because there's police.
Police sirens.
He always howls at the sirens. It's so awesome.
Mimicking him.
Alrighty.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. Let us know what you think. Hit us up, Retrospection Gaming. Use the hashtag on any social site, and we'll catch up with you. Also comment on whatever platform you're listening to us on. So, I think that's it for us. We'll bid you a good day. Farewell.
Goodbye.